We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Better than beautiful.
Welcome, coming to you live from the studios of LA Talk Live in sunny Los Angeles, California. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more, and I'm your host, Alayna. We're here to talk about beauty and more in all its expressions every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
More searching, love, I found it. Ended up with my heart and soul. About time that you know. If you just believe and see like I see, you'll know that the world is yours to own. Just follow my lead beyond material things. It's time to let you know you're better than beautiful. You're better than beautiful.
It started out like a totally normal day.
I love you.
I mean, I guess I was a little sweaty and I was definitely sore. I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of myself and tell the other women in my life to do the same. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
Hubert's Lemonade, tasty, refreshing, sweet, and tart. Happiness in a bottle. Visit Hubert's Lemonade at hubertslemonade.com. Once again, that's hubertslemonade.com. Happiness in a bottle. Xavier Tees and Tots, groundbreaking fashion, forward street smart designs. Tees and Tots for men, women, and boys. Visit xavierusa.com. Once again, that's xavierusa.com.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hello world, how you living? This is D. Brex, your host of the all-new rap project here on LA Talk Live. That's latalklive.com. Or you can find me on iTunes Radio in the R&B section. That's the Rap Project, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. West Coast time, so don't be late. On the Rap Project, I will be playing the very best of rap and hip-hop that goes beyond the ordinary. So connect with me, your host, D-Brax, the rap connoisseur, on the Rap Project every Wednesday at 7, right here on latalklive.com, where we are more than just talk.
Step right up, walk on through, everything is growing, changing, flowing, becoming new. But we go on thinking life is this way, that way, only a fool will hold on to this life, thinking they are the captain and the world is the crew. Damn shame on you, 'cause in this time you'll see it's all moving in and out of focus. The view is constantly changing right there in front of you, so what to do? I'm gonna walk.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. That's amazing music that you are listening to. And the two guests are the ones that created this music. They're a husband and wife team. that I don't think I've ever seen a husband and wife team get along so well.
We work on it.
Come up to the mic. Come up to the mic, Daniel.
We work on it.
It doesn't seem like you work on it very hard. But anyway, we're here to talk about his and their amazing music. I recently met them at a dinner party, and I was so impressed with them that I invited them on the show like immediately. And I don't usually do that. So I really love the concept that you have. We're going to talk about it. But I'm going to give out their website now if you want to listen to more music, if you have to kind of tune in and out of the show, because this music is so inspiring. It's amazing. And their full website is fullmoonrisingmusic.com. And we'll give it out throughout the show. But I'm going to introduce them. They're going to talk about, what is Full Moon Rising. So sitting next to me is are you a musician? Is that how you consider yourself?
Well,
Daniel, or this is Daniel, and sitting next to him is his wife Mai. She is amazing, and she is from Israel. I love her accent.
Yeah, and I guess what you can call me now in the grand scheme of things is an empowerment facilitator. And music is one of the most powerful tools that I use to create that. I've been a musician for many, many, many years and labeled myself as a musician for most of my life. But my work has gone further, and music has become the core of my work, but it is definitely a tool for transformation.
And you recently were invited on the Dave Koz tour. No, it's a
cruise.
It's a cruise.
Yeah, the Dave Koz and Friends cruise at sea.
At sea. Yeah, you went to Alaska.
Yes. Oh. Yes, and it was actually we were invited back. It was the second time on the boat on his cruise. Last year we went to Italy, and yeah, Dave has become a very, 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 very great friend of mine and collaborator, and he's just an amazing,
a friend of yours,
he's
a friend of mine.
Do you know Dave Koz?
No, but I've listened to him for years and years and years. On
so
the radio.
you know.
I do know him.
Yeah,
I listen to his radio show. Yeah, I don't know him personally. I feel like I know him personally. I know, from all the years of listening to him.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I was so impressed, because, I don't know many musicians. I'm not, I love music, but I listen to more music like you produce and have. And I listen to a lot of jazz, so I listen to the wave a lot when I drive, because I have to focus on driving. I'm not the best driver.
Yeah.
I have to have something calming on. So for years and years, So for years and years, I've listened to the Wave and Dave Koz and kind of followed his career.
Yeah, and actually, the music that we create actually is a very far cry from most of the music that is in the jazz world, but is connected through this fine line of very heart-based musical creation. Most of the jazz musicians that I meet, they create music so authentically, and from such a deep place inside of their heart and soul, and that resonates through how they behave in their lives, who they are as people. And I've gotten to really get in touch with this jazz scene through Dave Koz and through going on these boats. And at first I was like, why, if you've heard my music, why am I invited on this boat to do this? But there's just such a connection between what we've created and jazz music. There's the similar fine line that's through that heart of the love, the true love for music, and all the blessings.
Yeah,
that
you
it
fit
is
right
to the
into
world.
the station, because Richard, who is our producer, truly has a deep love for music.
Yeah.
So I know where you guys are all coming from. You live, breathe music.
Yeah, and for
my nephew the same way, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a nephew that has produced some songs totally different, but he lives and breathes music.
And to be able to bridge the gap from, music being a passive experience to a very interactive and engaging experience where you can actually learn about yourself. This is one of the great missions that we have with our music project, is to really create an experience for people to go within and learn about themselves and empower themselves to live more fully in this
So
this
isn't
world.
it kind of combined with meditation?
Well,
this album is not really a meditation album.
not at all, actually. It's more of an empowerment album, you know?
But music affects us on so many levels. I mean, the lyric affects the conscious and the subconscious, and then the melodies affect the emotional state, and the frequency that your instrument is tuned to is affecting your vibrational field. So music affects us whether we're aware of it or not. So it's about choosing the music that actually uplifts you and empowers you to live your dream and follow what you want to do with your life, rather than we'll call it
You don't need to discuss what
less
rather
empowering
than
music.
Well, not only that, uplift and empower is good, but also to take you deep within and explore, learn. Where am I blocked? Where are the things inside of me that are stopping me? Where am I
Your
afraid?
music can do that?
This is what has been the experience of listeners, and this was our experience creating it. This album took 4.5 years to
And then,
produce.
okay, give the name of the album
The
out.
album is called Brave New World, The Time Is Now. And
Do you
it's,
have a copy?
Yeah.
Hold
it's
it
right
up.
there. There's the... Oh, the camera's right here. The camera's right here. Hello, camera! Brave New World, The Time Is Now. And it was created over 4 years, traveling in India, Israel, Egypt, and a little bit in the United States. And each track has a different producer, a different style of music, a different set of musicians, and a different empowering message that leads up to the, over-encompassing brave new world that we envision.
Is this your first? This isn't your first.
This is my 4th record.
Yeah,
but this is the first record of this vein.
Okay.
Of this particular message and way that we're going about creating this now. This is the first of this.
And is this
particular-
what you played pretty much on the cruise?
No. This is not what I played on the cruise. I actually played songs from a new record that I intend to produce in the next over the next year, which is called She Moves Me, which is a relationship more about the empowerment of relationships and about the love and expressing ourselves in the connection between the relational side of our lives, and how women have inspired and come into my life to help me become the man that I am, and the relationships that have
that should
inspired
be beautiful.
that. Yeah, so it's more of a deep record, and it seems that this jazz world is inspiring a lot of the musical side of it. So this may be one of the reasons for tying so tightly to this jazz community right now, through Dave Cause and everything. So we'll see.
Did he open
We'll
up
see.
his new place yet?
It's coming.
Coming
In
soon.
Beverly Hills. Okay, so they're still not open.
Yeah. Nope. It's gonna. I think it's supposedly. Don't quote me on it, please, listeners. But there's talk about towards the end of November. So, but you have to check in with Dave Cause's
Yeah,
site
you
to
can find. Just
Yeah.
Google him. All that information will be up there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, why don't you talk about your journey to get to where you are now? Because I read that on your website and it was so interesting to me.
Yeah, it's definitely been quite quite a journey. I started recording and producing music actually right when my mother passed away. That was when I first picked up, and that was when I was 23 years old. Believe it or not, was when I first picked up my instrument, guitar.
You
and
didn't play it
started to sing.
before?
I did not.
It's
So
never
anybody
too
who
late
thinks
to
it's too
start.
late to start, I mean, that phrase just goes out with this picture.
Talk about that,
know?
because that's really interesting. When I read it, it said you started in 2000 or...
Yeah.
But I figured you were playing since you were a child.
No, I actually picked up the guitar. I was inspired by an artist by the name of Dave Matthews.
Oh, the Dave Matthews Band.
Dave Matthews Band,
Oh,
exactly.
I know these people.
Yeah. And he was basically my biggest influence. I learned how to play guitar by emulating his songs. And then when my mother passed away, I rewrote a song by a band that has a very funny name called the String Cheese Incident, of a song called Smile. And when I played it, it was like it was like my first experience with something that I created, you know, that came through me. And it was literally right after that time that I just started writing music and taking all these sort of ideas and writing them in. And actually within, I think it was 3 years that I started playing, I had put together a band, played the House of Blues, Viper Room, did the whole Sunset Strip, and then, you know, in my 4th year of playing music, I released my first record. And I released 2 albums on the same day, and one was a double album, and another was an EP, double album called Release, and an EP entitled Transition. And I released the albums on the same day, and then I decided to just pack up my albums. I had 1,000 of each album. I created t-shirts, and I created a tour that was a self-guided chameleon tour, I called it, where I booked no shows. I hopped in a van and I drove from city to city, and I allowed the city to define where my next destination would be. So I would go in, I would meet people, and next thing you know, I'd be playing in living rooms or in festivals or in bars or, you know, on the beach or wherever it was. I would just meet these people and they would bring me towards the shows. And then I would sell albums to, you know, people, and I just made my way through the whole country of the United States in 5.5 months, just going and letting the tour decide where I was going to go. You know, and people started following me on this. I had like a 10,000 person, you know, following when I was doing this. And people were following me frequently because I blogged and I put photos up of the whole entire thing as I was going along. And then when I got back, things didn't work out the way that I imagined them to work out. You know, I thought I'd get back and have this huge following, and next thing you know, I'd be, you know, selling out the House of Blues. And I came back and it was like, you know, crickets and at my shows. You know, there was like 10 people showing up, you know, and I started to kind of self implode and go into this place inside, and this turned into a suicidal depression. Actually, that lasted for a year.
Wow.
And during that time, as you can imagine, I got to uncover a lot of the layers of insanity, which I feel are, you know, blankets over our whole culture. It's this fear, it's this needing the outside world to define who we are and connecting our identity to what people think about us. And I really got to explore that. And, you know, after a year of this, I was having a good day, so to speak. And a friend called me up and she brought me over to her house, and she recommended me to go to this 3-day course from a spiritual organization called The Art of Living. And it was a meditation and breathing course. And at that point, I had nothing to lose. I had pushed my family, my friends away. I basically had nothing. I was like, okay, what can I lose? I'll go to this course. And I went on this course, and literally from the first moment, it just transformed my life. It was like, as soon as I started breathing again, you know, and literally the metaphor for that is just breathing, just taking deep breaths. And then to be associated with this whole society of people that were free from drugs and alcohol, you know, that were not utilizing any type of substance to actually have joy and enthusiasm in their life. And a lot of that organization was Indian. Okay. So I was around all of these Indian people. And so, you know, after about 1.5 years of working in that organization, transforming my life, I moved back into the van that I traveled around. I moved onto Ocean Avenue in Santa Monica, moved into the van, saved up my money. I was playing 3 gigs a week. I started an alternative events, you know, movement inside of yoga studios, and I was doing all these fantastic things.
Using your music?
Using the music, exactly. And then I decided I got to go to this place.
Go to India.
I have to go to this place that taught me this technique and be around these people. So I got a one-way ticket. And I just went out there, and
you were
I just
pretty brave.
The thing, well, hello, the name.
Brave New World.
So I just went out there. I went to the ashram. I left after a month. I bought a motorcycle, and I just traveled through the villages and all of India.
Did you just have a backpack?
I had a couple backpacks and a guitar, and I put like a rack on the side of the motorcycle, and I could tie the stuff to the motorcycle. And there was months that went by when I actually wouldn't see any Westerners. I was just in the heart of this country, just absorbing it and learning about all these things and having perspective.
And how long were you there?
I was there that led up to about the first 4 months until I met
6
this
months.
woman. I
Oh,
met
you
her.
were in India too, traveling.
She was there doing her similar journey.
I wasn't going to India though. I was going to go to Africa.
and you ended up in India
Yeah,
Yep.
well,
from Israel.
yeah.
Exactly. And we met over
And
and
over,
over
and
and
over,
over and over. We
and
met
over.
12 different times in the same city randomly
Wow.
before we actually decided to partner up. And we actually, the first thing that we did was we partnered up in music. You know, one of the first things she ever said to me as I was sitting around a campfire playing cover songs with my guitar, she looks at me very intently and says, "Play your own music." And it was this way, and I don't know if it was the Israeli side of her, if it's just the strength of the presence that she has, it triggered my heart to think, you know, what am I doing here? You know, with all these songs living inside of me, you know, and I'm sitting around here playing, you know, other people's music. You know, and I was scared to share my own thing.
And how
you
many
know?
years ago was that?
This was 6 years ago.
2008.
In 2008. We met in 2008 for the first time. And so we came together, and our journey just, I mean, we could get into that, but we need a couple days, you know, like a couple days of airtime. And I'm sure that we don't want to go that extensive. But yeah, we came together over and over again. And then, you know, at the beginning, she was a big part of the creation of the songs that are on this record. As I was writing this record, we would randomly meet in this town every single day, and she'd come over and I'd play the new music with her, and she'd give feedback, and we would watch all these inspirational and so-called conspiracy theory movies and things like that. And we're just inspiring about a different world, you know, that we saw. And you know, this led to Mumbai. I actually went there to meet another woman. And that didn't work out, and I got in touch with her and I said, you know, I want to put these songs on record. I want to, you know, just record some acoustic demos of this song. Would you be willing to come down to Bombay and go in the studio? We're going to go on a full moon. And
That's a 42-hour train, by
Yeah.
the way.
Wow.
42-hour train ride.
And of course with Daniel everything is last minute, so I basically had to get a
At
train
that time, everything was last
tomorrow morning to get there on time because he already booked the studio.
And she came all the way down.
Yeah, it's
She
a
made
good
it.
thing you did.
She came all the way down, and literally all of her stuff was still in Rishikesh. 42-hour train ride away.
Wow.
Well, he told me we're just gonna go in the studio and then we're gonna come back. Maybe 2 days later, we'll come back to Rishikesh. So, you know, I had a little bag with like a change of clothes, and that's about it.
And, she
And
got-
how long did you stay?
we were there. We didn't leave to
We
go
didn't
back and
leave.
get the stuff for 2 months.
Wow.
You know, we
After
stayed
2
in that
months, it
town.
was clear that we're not going back to Rishikesh. So,
Yeah, it was like Mumbai swallowed us up. You
Yeah.
know, it was just like we met a guy randomly on the street that happened to do booking for the one of the biggest nightclubs in India. We just randomly, you know, ran into him on the street and just led from
and that
one thing
booked
to the
our
next.
first show, and then we had
Yeah.
a show every single week.
Yeah. And then
For-
festivals, and then it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm supposed to be doing music in Mumbai, you know? Like,
It's
would have
beautiful.
never imagined.
No.
You know?
And how long did you guys stay in India? Years?
Well, we went back and forth
Until 2000, at the end of 2012.
at the end
Yeah.
of 2012.
So 4
yeah.
years on and off, in and out of India.
Yeah, so
You have any plans to go back?
at some point,
We miss it a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we have some projects and things that I know that we'll do over there at some point, but now's not the time. Now is the time to be here and be in the roots, so to speak, and share and give back all the things that we've learned being over in those cultures.
And what do you want to share?
What do we want to share?
And how?
Perspective, tools for transformation.
You know,
When-
in Western society, we value our personal space so much. You know, this is my space. Don't go into my space. I need some space. In India, you go on a train. You can have a completely empty car. You sit down. The next person, the Indian person that will come on after you, will sit on you. This is their idea of space.
'Cause
It doesn't
there is
exist.
no separation. There's no you and I. It's just together. You feel that oneness.
And it's,
you know,
it's all a family. I mean, we had people in the slums of India, people who have nothing to eat, invite us into their home and share whatever little they did have, because that's just what you do. While you see people here with practically empty houses and so many people living on the streets. It's that different perspective that we hope to bring here and just show people that there is another way to live.
You know, never even thought about that. You know, I mean, there are tons and tons of empty places here that
structures all over the place. You know,
and so many people with no homes.
And also just the beauty of simplicity. You know, the beauty of having a little and making the most out of it. You know, we're in this consumer society where we are trained that we need to have more and more and more and more and more, and the more that we consumed, the better people we are. And we're moving into a time inside of humanity where that just cannot go on anymore. The world cannot sustain the overconsumption that we're going through. The products, you know, it has to transfer back so that we're giving back to the earth. Every product that we consume has to also give its way back to the earth. And you experience that in a very deep level in places like India, because there's sustainability built into the village life. Everything gets cycled back. Water comes down from the sky, is harnessed and used over the course of the year, you know, throughout the crops. And
unless they just happen to have a Coca-Cola factory right next to it.
And the Coca-Cola factory will steal all the water and put it into the soda that they drink. That gives them no nourishment.
But let's not
Sorry,
go there.
Coke, but it's truth.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see how the balance is sort of being kept, because you see this beautiful simplicity in the villages of India, and then you go into big cities and they're westernizing so fast. And then you come here and you see big communities of people here in LA going back into a simpler way of life.
So it's the balance. The balance of East and West, I think, is a very, very, very crucial part of our development as a humanity, as a one world family.
And how do you guys keep that?
How do we keep it? As in what?
Keep that balance between simplicity, your music.
I'd say in our lives we keep the balance by the way that we live, from meditation to
rituals.
That's what I was getting at.
Rituals.
Yeah, to cooking more at home, eating less out. Because when you cook at home and you actually pay attention to your food, that nourishment comes into your body later on.
I mean, I have done that. I just wanted to see if we were... I mean, I want to talk about that because I just think that's really important to talk about how you've simplified and
it's perfect that this song is actually rising to the surface right now, because this is the song, this is the mantra of inner peace. And if there's one thing, we could have not had the whole last 10 minutes of the conversation. If there's one thing that I truly want to bring back from my experience, is that deep sense of inner peace that I felt being over there, and bringing that back into everything in this world, you know, so that we can enjoy the game of Western life. Western life is a truly fascinating game. And when you have that inner clarity and that inner peace through every moment, you can just truly be high on life, you know? And that's what this
your whole
song
face is
about.
lighting up. We're going to let this song play for a minute before we go to break.
Because life underneath my feet. Well, it's hard to believe, but the storms they speak of a world which we can't see. The blessed earth replenishes its work to quench the hunger and the thirst in me. And we walk around with the bottle frowns, thinking, God, how could you do it to me? Oh, because I realized a blessed way to get high is when I go deep inside and let all the doubts subside.
We are going to take a short break. We're going to let the music play out. Daniel, Mai, and I will be back to continue this conversation. It's so interesting. Even though it's chilly in here, I'm still getting goosebumps, but different kind. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
What you say, 'cause the plants they play in the words echoing in the breeze. With a healthy mind and a healthy speech, we can power the world to peace. So when the day starts, when the day's over, just give yourself time to be. Just close your eyes and observe your mind and let go of the possibilities. Because I realize a blessed way to get highs when I go deep inside and let all the thoughts subside. And then the great
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and hosts of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
It started out like a totally normal day.
I love you.
I mean, I guess I was a little sweaty and I was definitely sore. I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of myself and tell the other women in my life to do the same. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
Hi, this is Dick and Sharon, inviting you to join us every Monday at 3 Pacific for LA Progressive Live.
Join us as we cover the progressive landscape both locally and across the nation.
So don't forget to tune in to LA Progressive Live every Monday at 3 Pacific.
Exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio.
Or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com and LA Progressive Live. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live and LA Progressive Live. We are more than just talk.
Hello, I'm Joel Ramirez.
And I'm Lolita Robinson Coppage, and welcome to Joy in My House
on LATalkLive.com. Inspirational radio
with a touch of recovery.
A reality show where nothing is left unsaid
and no one is insignificant who says it.
Exclusively on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Blue water rise from the inside to the surface with the power of our hearts and the strength of our minds. Blue river run ground and through the valleys. Come on, rise. Cause now is the time to see a different world, starting from the inside. So as the deserts grow wide and the rivers run dry, we must decide. Do we want to live in a world that's empty when it's everything she's ready to
Welcome
give?
back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. I don't even want to talk, which is pretty amazing. Your music is so beautiful, Daniel. So if people want to hear more music, if you have to tune us out to go back to work or whatever, you can go to fullmoonrisingmusic.com and download everything, or Brave New World.
You can click on the face. It's right below the video on the home page, and you'll go straight to this album. You can listen to the whole thing right there on the page and download it for whatever you feel like
donating.
Whatever you feel like donating. That's how we set it up. So
that's so nice.
No.
Because you wanted people to share it and to learn from it.
Yeah, I want people to be able to access it no matter where they're at, in that particular moment.
So again, give out the website again in your great voice since you're singing this.
It's www.fullmoonrisingmusic.com, and a direct link to the album is actually www.fullmoonrisingmusic.com/bravenewworld.html.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Can they just Google if they forget all this and they just remember
just
to Google
Full Moon Rising.
Okay.
Google Full Moon Rising.
Okay, because that's easy to remember. Because we have a full moon tonight, actually.
We do, actually. Wow, I just
thought of that.
Yes, we do.
Wow,
yes,
this was meant to be because we booked this show months ago.
It's perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Wow. Yeah, it's a full moon tonight, everybody.
Yes, it is.
So, I actually want to share the story of that last song that we just listened to because we talked about simplicity. So this song was written in Sinai in Egypt. It's a beautiful place where you basically have the Red Sea in front of you and then desert behind you. So it's this point of desert meets the sea. And it's so still and beautiful. And Daniel wrote this beautiful acoustic version, just guitar and his vocals, and it was magical. And when we were doing the production for the album, a lot of the songs on the album have very rich and deep productions. And this song went, I think, to 3 different producers. And we attempted very many different styles of it. And we ended up coming back to that simplicity.
We attempted many different styles, much to her dismay, by the way. She's always like, we just need to keep this one simple. No, go ahead, please. I love the way you're telling this story.
So, we were in Israel and we needed to leave the country. And we went down to Sinai and we found one of the camps there, because Sinai is basically all little huts and desert and sea. And one of the camps had an acoustic room that they were turning into a music studio. And we recorded the song there. And the beautiful backing voice is actually a girl that we met on the beach. There was a family, 3 sisters and a brother, and they're living in different places in the world, and they all met in that camp for their yearly, vacation or get-together. And they were harmonizing so beautifully that we asked them to be on the record, and we got 2 of the girls singing on it.
I was going to ask you who was in the background because it was beautiful.
So we actually had 2 of the sisters. One of them, the one that you can hear more, is actually, to me it sounds like the desert wind. That's what it sounds like. There's something so tribal and earthy in her voice. And the other one is singing right underneath Daniel, and there's actually a little bit of it in Hebrew that she sings.
Wow.
And that's the simplicity of that song.
Yeah, that song needed.
And how many tracks
simplicity.
are on that album?
There's 10 songs, 14 tracks. We like to do. I've always liked albums, you know, like
as opposed to a collection of songs.
Exactly. Like I just loved like the Pink Floyd, you know, full album experience when I was growing up. And I wasn't about to change that with digital technology. You know, I know that we're getting into more of a songs market, but I'm a true believer that the album is the journey that's what I resonate with the most. You know, as an artist, just take me on a journey. Tell me your story in these songs, you know. Have the songs connect. So we use a lot of ambient sounds and certain textures to actually connect.
So how, I mean,
stories.
if somebody listens to the whole album, what's it, like 40 minutes?
The album is 50 minutes.
50 minutes, almost an hour. Okay.
It's almost an hour.
That's good, though. I mean, that's the much time you need to relax and change the vibrations in your body.
Mm-hmm.
One song isn't going to do it. I mean, maybe, but you're not going to get the complete picture.
Well, you know, and I've been spending quite a bit of time since we've been back, on and off with the younger generations of this time. And I will watch with just complete whoa. One song, 30 seconds, next song. 30 seconds, next song. 30 seconds, next song, next song. I've met tons of people that don't even know what a full song sounds like. You know, it's just next song, 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 next song.
And you know what? We really don't have to play along.
Well, that's the thing.
That's my message to artists out there. Like, you don't have to create songs that are 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't play along. Educate your audience to listen.
Or just put out what comes from your heart, and they will. Those who are meant to take it in will come. You know, they will come.
Okay, let's get back to simplicity and food.
We're definitely simple in that area.
Simple in food. I think I eat the same thing almost every meal for 7 days a week. You know, and it's this Indian thing called khichdi, and it is mung dal and rice. Mashed up together, like cooked for a long time, and you can add whatever vegetables, carrots, sweet potatoes inside of it, and then you can put whatever raw vegetables you want on the side. And this particular meal is not only like full of nutrition for all the areas of protein, carbohydrates, it's just a fully encompassing meal, but in the ancient tradition of Indian life science, which is called Ayurveda. It's the science of life.
I know Ayurveda.
Exactly. This is a tridoshic. It meets all the constitutions of humanity. This particular meal, anybody from any walk of life can eat this meal, and it will balance out their system.
And it's really good for your digestion.
Really good.
It's what they eat after they fast. Indian fast a lot.
Oh, they do?
They do. And this is what they eat before they fast, after they fast.
Because it's easy to digest.
It's easy to digest. It's just really, really
So do you
good.
cook it in a big pot?
Big pot. We let the rice and dal sort of sit for a little bit in water. We soak them in water for like half an hour to an hour. Drain the water. Put a little bit of coconut oil at the bottom of the pot. Put a little bit of turmeric in the oil. This is the secret to Indian cooking. They put the spices in the oil.
Yeah.
Then they put everything else on top of that. So you put
that's what gives it that richness, you know.
You put a little bit of turmeric in the oil and sort of mix it around. Then throwing the rice and dal, mix it around a little bit. Then fill it up with water, cover it, and start letting it cook.
For how long?
Oh boy,
2, 3, 4 hours.
No, it's usually
an hour.
It's usually
an
done
hour and a
within
half.
an hour.
And you just keep adding water a little bit to see it. It becomes sort of like oatmeal consistency.
I was going to say oatmeal. That's what it reminds me of.
It becomes an oatmeal consistency, yellow because of the turmeric.
Right.
And after you cover it with water, if you want to add vegetables to it, that's the time to do it. So either potato, sweet potato, carrot. Daniel likes to mix all of them. I don't. So any way that you like it. A little bit salt, a little bit of pepper. And just, let it cook for a little bit, add water, mix it around until you get an oatmeal consistency. That's when it's done.
Yeah, if you want to send us, an email, we'd be happy to send you the recipe. You can send us an email at info@fomenrisingmusic.com. We'd be happy to send you our little recipe
your main
for this.
dish.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, we spend a while in Thailand. We were living in Thailand for a little bit.
You guys lived everywhere. Is there anywhere you guys haven't lived?
Yeah, we haven't been over to
Africa?
Further Southeast Asia and
Southeast
Japan
Asia.
and
Okay.
Australia and Africa and South America.
We still have some
Those are
places
in the
to go.
next Brave New World albums. We have 3 of them that we want to create.
At least.
At least.
So we lived in Thailand for a while, and in Thailand everything comes with coconut milk and soy sauce. So we learned that if you actually put a little bit of soy sauce and coconut milk in your khichdi when you're about to eat it, it turns Thai.
And now it's Bragg's and coconut milk. So
no advertisement there at all.
No. But I love Bragg's. Soy sauce actually makes me stuffed up. But yeah, this is one meal that I never get sick of. I can eat it every meal. I can eat it breakfast, lunch,
You
and
do eat
dinner.
it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All.
It's crazy. I've never had anything that I've been able to consume on an ongoing basis, and it's always what my body wants.
Yeah, because you're thin. You have no body fat on you.
Not
do you work out at all?
I do. I have an extensive practice of yoga that I do every morning, and with walking and everything like that. I'm not in the gym. No, I left the gym many years ago.
No, you don't. I'm a gym person, but that doesn't mean that everybody has to find
what works for them.
What works for them. But you have to find that.
You have to not only do you have to find it,
you have to do it.
You have to do it. You have to do it. And you have to do it even on the days where, it's kind of like, I don't want to. I mean, there's a very fine line between needing to rest and just being sort of I just don't feel like doing that, and I find a way to get she's going to tell you a very different story. I find a way to at least do something every day.
I do something every day too.
Every day.
I do something every day. I read.
Yeah.
She
exercises her mind.
Yeah, there are a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. No. If you don't like art, you can't.
I don't.
Someday maybe through health reasons you'll have to find something, but at this point in your life, if you're happy and you feel healthy, then
I'm happy.
The most powerful healer there is the way that we work with our minds.
Yeah. So
and when you have a clear mind,
it can keep you healthy.
It keeps you healthy.
Yeah. There's no right or wrong. You have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
We always talk about how when we met, I was probably about 40 pounds heavier than I am now. I'm not skinny now, but I was about 40 pounds heavier. And I still eat chocolate, and I still don't really exercise. And breaking through my fears just made that weight disappear. It just dropped off.
And she uses that term, drop, instead of lose, because anything that you lose,
your mind,
the subconscious wants to find.
Yeah, and you'll put it back on. So drop is
dropping
is a much better. I've never thought of that, but that is very true.
And the Indians say, "You've reduced." Madam, reduced?
Madam, you've reduced.
That's funny.
But yeah, I think it's one thing to exercise because you enjoy it and you like to keep your body active.
Right.
For people who are going to the gym because they need to lose weight, find out what it is that makes you hold on to the weight and work from there. Exercise because you enjoy it, because you have fun, because it energizes you, for all of those reasons. But if you really want to drop the weight, first of all, don't lose it, just drop it. And then find out what it is that makes you hold on to the weight.
There's always something in your conscious or subconscious that has made you hold on to this weight. Mm-hmm. And it may be so deep that it's going to take. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work. It takes work.
Yeah, it does.
It takes awareness, I think, more than anything else.
And you have to work at it.
And you have to choose every
You
moment.
have to choose that you want to.
And every moment, choose it every moment. You know, I had a friend that was battling with diets for a long time, you know, and she'd like start this new diet and get all excited about it, and it'll last for about 2 days, and she'll call me up at midnight and go like, I just had a brownie and a pint of ice cream and then the rest of the brownies and then and she basically went through the whole fridge. And okay, so you had a bad day and you had a brownie and you sort of fell off your wagon. Okay, that happens. Stop at the brownie. You can choose a different action at every moment. So just because you maybe took a wrong turn 1 second doesn't mean you have to keep going in a wrong direction.
No, you can stop yourself.
You can stop wherever you are. So you had a brownie and a pint of ice cream, stop there. You don't need to keep eating just because you've already
But you know what I find a lot with, my friends and a lot of, the people that I know, particularly in this culture, is there is this sort of need to indulge and go further and further and further with alcohol, with food, with drugs, whatever it is.
Did you see that on the tour?
You mean in India?
No, when you were on Dave Koz, but they were all pretty health conscious.
No, Dave Koz is a different. It's a different type of But anyways, I'm just reflecting that it was a lot more challenging for me as I was going through my process of unweaving all of these patterns of my mind when I was in India, and she used this beautiful thing of just put it off. Just you want to go eat all that stuff right now, you want to go, indulge in that thing, just put it off. Just say, oh, I'll do that in a couple of hours. Because when you put it off, but I found myself
because when you're allowed to do it,
yes,
and you're not rebelling at something that you're not allowed to do, it's a lot easier to say like, okay, I'm gonna have that brownie, I'm just gonna have it in half an hour. And when half an hour comes, you look at it and you go like, you know what, I'm gonna have it, but I'm gonna have it in half an hour. And you keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Most of the time you won't even eat it, and the times that you will eat it, you'll probably have a little bit, but you didn't eat 6 of them.
Yeah.
Because you kept postponing it and postponing it. This is the good side of procrastination.
That's the first good procrastination story I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it works beautifully. It really does.
Yeah. It takes time though. Like you said, it does take work. I don't know if that's the.
I don't know if work's the right word.
Yeah,
but it's training the habit.
Changing to a new habit.
It's changing to a new habit.
Changing.
And that takes you to make very decisive action, and then not go back on that action. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, and stay there and not keep falling, not be lured by all the stuff that's emotionally tied in to the overeating and over drinking or whatever it is.
And also a lot of people just like drama.
Very true.
So, I think the first step is just deciding that you're ready to give up the drama and then taking those little steps to do that.
But that would require turning off the TV.
Do you guys even own a TV?
We don't own a TV. No. It turned off I turned off the TV 10 years ago, I think. That's when I occasionally, we'll throw something on, time. But it wasn't serving me anymore,
And even going to the cinema, it's so rarely that they actually put out good, new, exciting, uplifting movies, So that's not even worth it anymore.
We yearn for content that makes us feel like we're a little bit of a better person when we walk out of the.
We watched Ted.
We learned something new. Do you know about Ted?
Ted. Yeah, I watched Ted.
Ted is brilliant.
I like Ted. Do you know the story behind Ted? I don't either.
But I know that it's brilliant.
Yeah, it is brilliant. Yes, I do watch Ted.
I learned something.
Every day.
Wow. The things that you learn. The things that are going on in the world.
But I have been very inspired by a lot of stuff that's on Ted.
It's just amazing what's going on in the world that we're unaware of through our mainstream media.
They don't pick a lot of it up.
They pick very little of it, and then they present it to the that very narrow perspective that they want us to show.
Yeah.
Well, all that's going to change.
You're changing it.
Well, there's a lot
Each
of,
and every one of us.
There's a lot of
Each
people
and
yeah.
every one of us. You know, it's our when we choose. Every person that chooses not to turn on the news, every person that chooses not to watch TV and numb themselves out, every person that chooses to live a little bit differently than that little frame that we've been taught when we were kids, where you have to, you grow up, you go to school, then you go to university, then you get a degree, then you get a mortgage, then you get, like everybody that chooses to live a little bit differently,
like
makes
outside the box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I tried to have this show do, to inspire people to think outside the box.
Well, this is a true democracy, right? I mean, we have the freedom of choice. We can choose whether to subscribe to everything that's being fed to us through all of our mainstream channels, or we can choose to step out a little bit and change the system from within. Not barking, "Why is the system like this?" Standing in the streets and yelling and screaming this whole 1% thing. I was like, really? Like, we have to go inside. This is an inner revolution of changing the way that we participate in the world.
That does make sense.
So that it will change.
It will take longer. But
it will be sustainable. It will be sustainable.
And you see that. You see little communities having their own currency. You see little communities that are more sharing community. The sharing economy is growing in many places around the world, where people just give away what they don't need, because you know that saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. People are just giving it away. There's in Israel, there's a beautiful group that goes on Facebook. It's called the Gift Group, and what they do is, you post, if you need something, you post, "I need a washing machine, I need a ride from here to there, I'm looking for this book." And other people will post, "I have a refrigerator to give away if anybody wants to come take it. I have a sofa, I'm giving a massage, I'm happy to offer massages." So whatever you have and you want to give, and whatever you need and you need to get, you just post it there. There's most of the time you'll find a match to somebody who has it that doesn't need it.
And it's called the Gift?
Yeah, it's just Gift Group. It's in Hebrew, so this is in Israel, but I'm sure there are a lot of this in the U.S. And I know there's a community like that in Greece. I think Spain has started a little community like that, when people just share and pass it on. Instead of throwing it up, buying a new one, pass it on.
That's a good way to think. I'm sure there are things here like that. We just would have to...
You have to dig and find them.
But
I'm sure there are.
It's not Craigslist.
Ooh.
No.
I hear searching.
Okay,
Ooh.
you want to talk about this?
Let's let it... This is the song that goes as far... This song really pushed me. This is actually a song about absolute truth. We see a lot of spiritual, religious, and other cultures claiming that their way is the only way. See God through this particular religion, and this is the only way that you're going to find God. I know that a lot of those systems are changing now, which is beautiful. But this is a song of the reflection of, like, even in the spiritual communities, through India, walking around, seeing all of these sort of like, my pathway is the only way. Do my meditation technique, and this is the way that you're going to find God. And it was like dogmatic, just pushing these things on me.
My guru's better than your guru.
My guru is better than your guru, And just really going in, again, going within. I feel, how many people are on this planet? 7 point what?
I don't know.
2 billion?
Doesn't matter. 7.2 billion different paths to reach the same place. What gives us the deepest sense of connection, the deepest sense of joy? What do we trust? What is our faith? And that's interdependent. And we form these communities around certain things, which is lovely, but allowance of all the rest of the religions and organizations to also be themselves and actually collaborate together, so that we can truly live in harmony and understand each other, have a conversation about each other's religions and views, and figure out how everything that we're believing is the same. just written in different texts, you know?
I've always thought that.
So this is like the hard rock song that expresses that particular aspect of it's called Searching.
Okay. We're going to go to break on that, so let everybody kind of
digest
that little thought there. So stay tuned, everybody. Daniel, Mai, and I will be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
For the cool, we can keep running away, searching all day. The spoken word and written word will lead you to untrue, but realizing one moment, one life, one God, one love, there'll be no chance to confuse. The world is a playground of conformity and rules. So jump in the sandbox and leave in the dogs. Kick the football of lies and wrongs. Swing on the swing set of material laws. Climb on the jungle gym of family and dogs. When the bell of awareness rings, let's flock into a playground where we live in now. Each and every moment that we see is a moment full of endless possibility. Endless possibility. Endless possibility.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
Hi, this is Dick and Sharon, inviting you to join us every Monday at 3 Pacific for LA Progressive Live.
Join us as we cover the progressive landscape both locally and across the nation.
So don't forget to tune in to LA Progressive Live every Monday at 3 Pacific.
Exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Radio Flag, TuneIn Radio, Live 365, AHA Radio, TiVo Radio, and Apple TV Radio.
Or just watch and listen directly at latalklive.com and LA Progressive Live. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live and LA Progressive Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi, this is Randy Franklin inviting you to join me every Thursday at 5 p.m. for my show, Probable Cause. Join me while I dissect current events, talk about laws, and answer your law enforcement questions. So don't forget to tune in to Probable Cause every Thursday at 5 p.m. exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, TuneIn Radio, Radio Flag, and AHA Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. I am Randy Franklin, and this is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hey y'all, I'm Shaquem Williams, and I'm the host of The Shock Factor here on LA Talk. We broadcast to the world every Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Live music, live performances. We're just live. Chef Momo, Erica Ash, and once again, your host, Shaquem Williams. So come join every Friday here at LA Talk Live, the world-leading broadcasting internet radio station. The Shock.
Hi, This is John McClure Jr., aka Simply John, and I would like to invite you to join us on gospelrhythms.com every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our show gospelrhythms.com Talk Live Radio. Join us as we celebrate Christians around the world in all genres of entertainment, as well as highlight interest stories on men and women who are making a difference and impacting their community. So don't forget to tune in to gospelrhythms.com on LA Talk Live. And we're more than just talk. Remember, it's a heaven's party here on earth. So live life, love God.
So he's standing there underneath an ivory pane, makes me wonder. Well, I know it's not the first time that I've seen that smile. Yes, I wonder. Well, have I seen you somewhere before? It seems like the days are speeding up, times are moving fast, makes me wonder. And the people running late, but arriving right on time, yes, I wonder. Well, could that clock be all in my mind? I've been paying more attention to the words that I mention, and I've been setting clear intentions. 'Cause every time I do, I'll be amazed at what comes through, and I see life as my invention.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. I don't even want to talk again, Daniel. That was so beautiful. Everybody, he's sitting here playing live in the studio, sitting next to me. It's just incredible. It was unbelievably beautiful. It's been a long time since I've had a live performance on this show. I used to do it a lot, but then we would forget to talk into the mics. And we'd have all this dead air. So now we keep it very simple at the table. But that was really beautiful.
Well, it's a pleasure to serenade you on your show, and thank you so much for having us.
Oh my God, it's been I'm having a blast too, and it's a full moon. Everybody, don't forget to get outside.
Full moon.
You know, don't forget to look at the full moon. Make a wish.
Yeah. Have
a good intention, as you said. You know, it's all about having good intentions. It only took me 60-something years to figure that one out.
Yep.
Little slow in my life.
At least you got it before.
Never too late.
Yeah,
it's never too late.
You know? It's
never too late.
Definitely.
All right.
So.
I don't even know what... I'm speechless. I don't even know what questions to ask. Okay, yeah, I have a really goofy one that'll start us into the conversation. How long ago did you write that?
This particular song?
Yeah. You didn't write it right here.
I wrote it just now, just for you. I wrote this in Mumbai. She's the date person. She remembers all the dates so clearly.
About how, it doesn't have to be exact.
Well, that was actually in October of 2009.
Yeah, and we were living in a high-rise apartment in Bombay, and I think it was a rainy night. Yeah, and I was looking over the city, and I was seeing what we were creating there, and and then reflecting on the power of our words to create our realities, and I looked at what I was creating both in my professional and my personal life. And at that time in my personal life, I was creating some turbulence. And a lot of it was through what I was saying, the words that were coming out of my mouth based on the patterns of speaking that I had been trained to speak over my whole life. You know, a lot of doubt and negativity, and then the opposite for my professional career. You know, and things were really, really moving in that particular aspect. So I wrote this song with that in mind. Is like really paying attention to the words that we mention and start setting clear intentions, because every time we do, we'll be amazed at what comes through.
I
when
need
we
to
see
write
life.
those down. You know,
It's the lyrics to the song. You
I
know,
know.
They're
I'm gonna have to steal this album.
you can
before I
download
leave.
them on that page. You know, you can
Okay,
download
I
them
can
with the
download.
album. You know, and when you
True.
get the album, you
But
get
you
this
have
really
it in
beautiful.
CD form too, don't you?
We have it in CD form, but we haven't. It's a very simple CD form where you can download the lyrics just to remain environmentally friendly. Because this is zero carbon foot CD. Like basically, this has
Okay.
no no carbon footprint on the earth. So you can download the PDF version of the lyrics, and we had these three
Oh,
beautiful
my God.
painters from England hand paint the artwork to this CD based on their interpretation of the music. We gave them full creative, you know, and they painted
nailed
these-
it.
They
Nailed it.
Like and they
they
collaborated
had-
on the whole thing and connected the whole thing like the album. They connected all the paintings together.
So
you
it's
know, and it
one long
creates this
strip.
one long strip
Wow.
with the lyrics, the stories,
And they each
everything
have
is
a very
embedded in it.
clear style, so you can totally see the different styles and
Yeah,
who
yeah.
painted what.
Yeah.
And you know, this entire album is a collaboration where every song has the producer's unique style
Yep.
and the musician's unique style.
Yeah.
So this was just an extension of that.
So when is your next album going to come out?
When we start, we got to start recording it first.
I mean, this one just came out. So
Oh, it
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This one-
that's a new CD.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And this is not just a CD. It's almost like it's a whole wheel of things that are associated with. We've created a personal development system. Not a system, a program that connects to this album. It's an email generated program where you can get a lot of the tools and resources that have helped us to transform through the album experience. Then the album acts as a trigger for you to take action in
Okay.
those different directions. So
And
it's
is
called
that all on the website?
on that page, that Brave New World page, www.fulminrisingmusic.com/braveNewWorld.html. On that page, you will see at the bottom it says use this album as a tool for transformation, and it talks about the Brave New World toolbox. And we're creating actually a 10-month version of this as well. You know, we also have we shot video footage of so much of the process of creating this record. So that's another step in this process is to
I
put
actually
forth a
want to talk about
documentary.
the toolbox for a second because, you know, we talked about how music is such a major trigger in life and how it really affects us whether we're aware of it or not. So by choosing your music consciously, what you listen to, what we did is we took the messages in the album and connected it to little simple everyday steps that you can take to really use the music consciously as a trigger. So if you use a particular song as trigger for feeling good constantly, you know, every time you listen to it, you will feel good. And then the action of really, really simple things. So if we talk about gratitude, for example,
Spread the joy.
The gratitude
Spread the
attitude,
joy.
right? Something so simple that everybody knows, but when you get an email saying, today, write down 3 things that you're grateful for, then today you will do it. You might not remember to do it tomorrow, you might not do it in a week, but today you'll do it. And if you'll do it with a song in the background, next time you'll hear the song,
You'll think about that.
hey, last time, and it connects, and it reminds you, and it triggers that back on.
And with the intention of creating these beautiful rituals, you know, I say the core of my life these days is rituals, is little things that I can utilize on an ongoing basis to steer myself back to being more joyful, you know, more compassionate, more giving, you know, more
so
loving.
what's one of your daily rituals?
Well, I'm going to share with you my morning practice, which is going to seem crazy to a lot of people. But the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I
stop rocking.
I sit up on the corner of the bed and I stop rocking because I've been rocking all night in my loving's arms. I've been just rocking. So I stop rocking, and then I sit up on the corner of my bed, and there's always a liter of water right next to the bed. And you know, it's amazing that a lot of the detriment that we feel in the minds, a lot of the negative thoughts that go on, a lot of it is due to dehydration.
Really?
Yeah, we live in a completely dehydrated world. Most of us are not actually taught that water is the most important thing that we can consume. It's the one thing that actually. So after this liter of water, and then I'll read affirmations, you know. And I'll
by who? By whoever?
I've created them myself.
Okay,
I've just written them myself.
Your own
you know, but they're inspired by a lot of different,
right,
you know, thought leaders, Tony Robbins, you know, whoever down the road, Wayne Dyer, so many of these people. So I'll read these affirmations.
For about how long?
And I'll drink this water until the water's done.
Okay.
You know, it usually takes just a few minutes. You know, I'll get up and I'll go, you know, move around, brush the teeth, of course, do that whole thing, sit down, and I'll read something that gives me perspective on life. Just totally takes the gates of life and opens the whole entire thing so that, you know, I realize my little tiny grain of sand that I am in this vast universe, you know, and that actually brings me joy. You know, because I can play the game of life however I want with that perspective. You know, I don't have to confine myself in the lines of what I'm taught to do. You know, when I gain that perspective, anything is possible. So I open up to infinite possibilities. Then I'll do an hour of yoga practice. You know, then I'll do this breathing technique called Sudarshan Kriya that I learned from The Art of Living. It's this 30-minute breathing technique that just completely, it gives me downloads of information of how to participate in the world on that particular day. Meditate for a little bit, read a little bit more, you know, and then start to enter into my day, you know. And there's a few other things, eye exercises and stuff that I do in there. But this is how I start the day every morning. That sets me up to just engage with the world in a way that is just like purified of all the stuff that could possibly get in me the way of showing up fully as a participant in this world, you know. And then throughout the day there's all kinds of little things that can be done. I'm sure water, of course, throughout the day. Water is one of the biggest
cures. Did we mention drinking water?
What else though? What are the other little
we do the gratitude.
Gratitude every night, every meal. Yeah, every meal we say what we're grateful for.
Because we spend a lot of time apart when we work. If one of us is eating, he'll usually call the other and go like, I'm grateful for, you know, and everything that comes. And it can be the littlest thing, as like, I'm very grateful for this fresh orange juice in front of me right now.
Yeah. And sometimes you can just be grateful for getting up in the morning. I'm very grateful that we
just signed this major deal and we're so happy about it. Like, so from the littlest thing to the biggest thing, having gratitude and sharing it with somebody, you know, it makes a difference. Rather than just going it in your head, okay, I'm grateful for Rangers, fine. It's not the same if you share it with somebody.
There's many little things. Opening up the phone, reading the notes. Like I have a whole list of notes of different thought leaders that inspire me, you know. So this actually helped me in the beginning of when I was coming out of the depression, is I would just open up or listen to somebody that's speaking about something that inspires or empowers me, you know, so that I can just change the direction, break the pattern, you know. We saw a really funny video yesterday. Stop it. You know?
On YouTube?
Yeah.
It's a Bob Newhart video. It's actually, we have a group on Facebook called Creating a Brave New World. We just posted it there. Do we want to talk about the video?
I'm just going to share really quick. Basically, somebody walks into the room for psychology treatment, you know, and he's like, okay, I charge 5 minutes. I charge $5 for the first 5 minutes. But it's not going to last more than 5 minutes. So she's like, okay, so what's going on with you? She tells a story. He's like, okay, so I'm going to give you 2 words. And I
she's
want you
like,
to take
"Shh."
these 2 words into your life. And she's like, should I write them down? Should I write them down? He's like, no. And he looks at her and he's like, stop it! You know? I mean, half the time
And
it's
she
just
looks
like,
at him and she's going like, well, but what are you saying?
yeah.
It's like, it's amazing. I say 2 words, and how many people go, but what are you saying?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's
and you
like-
know what? It is that simple.
Yeah.
You're obsessing about something? Stop it.
She tells
You're
that to me all the
overeating?
time.
Stop it. It's that simple. Now we
It's
we
probably
really love
the
the
best
story.
advice I've heard on my show in almost 5 years.
Stop it.
Yeah. And you don't even think about,
Yeah.
Solutions are usually very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we make them very
Because we
complicated.
like the drama.
Is
But
it
if
the
we like
drama?
the drama, we want to hold on to our story and talk about it and have people go like, "Oh, you and your story, poor you."
Oh,
how
you
did
sound
this
like the old
happen?"
Jewish lady.
Stop it.
But it's honestly, it's not something that we can sit around and feel, like we're a bad person for doing that. This is what we are trained as a culture to believe is reality. Drama, 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 entertainment, movies, shows, everything is drama. Subscribe to the drama, be a part of the drama, and then you're going to be truly participating in life.
And then you're drama.
And then all we have to say is, "Stop it."
Stop it.
Unless you're happy with it. In
Unless
this case, keep it.
Our show is going to be dramatic. Like
Okay, come up to the mic.
The music is incredibly dramatic. Sorry, I'm getting used to this whole having
And
to be
drinking
right
water.
on the mind thing.
But it is actually true. There are, I can't remember the exact number right now, but statistics that show that a large number of the people that are diagnosed with depression are simply dehydrated.
Wow, that's something I know. Okay. I mean, I drink a lot of water, but now I'm going to drink more water.
Yeah, I mean...
But besides water, will herb teas,
It's not as hydrating.
That's what I thought.
So,
I've
drink
read
tea, but drink water. It's
Yeah.
not instead of.
And how much tea can you drink?
A lot.
And coffee, by the way, is dehydrating
It's
people. You
very
get up in the
dehydrating.
morning, you open your morning with a cup of coffee. Not only are you dehydrated from your night, you're also extra dehydrated as you start your day. Drink a little water, then drink your coffee.
I know my nutritionist.
And I
says
love
that all the-
coffee.
I
I
love
drink coffee.
Too. I drink coffee too. Just 1 cup a day now. But yeah, she always says drink water first.
Yeah.
I just don't like anything cold. I guess drink
Doesn't have to
warm
be
water.
cold. Doesn't have to be
I know.
cold.
I drink a lot
temperature.
of water. I always drink room temperature. I don't drink
Yeah.
anything out of the refrigerator.
And
I never
literally
have
keep
ice.
a bottle next to your bed. You open your eyes, you reach for the bottle,
do.
you start drinking.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not cold because it's been standing in
Yeah,
room
all
temperature
night.
all night.
Yeah,
Drink it.
drink it. All right.
And also, because we talked about simplicity in food, food is a great healer. So turmeric, for example, I heard they're selling turmeric pills for
They
cancer
are.
patients now. People, put turmeric in your food. You don't need to go pay extra for a pill. Just put a little bit of turmeric in your food. And actually drinking like half a cup of like warm water with a little bit of turmeric and honey is incredible. It's a natural antibiotic. It helps straighten your immune system. It helps heal.
How much turmeric? And I mean, because it's
Just a
so
pinch.
yellow.
Just a pinch.
It's yellow.
Yeah.
Drink it in a black cup. You won't see the color.
It's very staining though. It is.
It does stain. I had
So
to
drink
stop
it in a
because
black
of-
mug and
no,
you don't
no,
see
no.
it.
But it stains your teeth really bad. That's what
No.
I noticed.
It doesn't stain
It
your
doesn't.
teeth.
No,
It doesn't.
I had that problem.
Have you ever seen Indian people's teeth?
No, they're white.
Oh my
Very
God.
white.
So
They're
white.
real white. Yeah, so I guess not. Okay.
So stop using your toothpaste too, by the way, while you do this, and move on to baking soda and coconut oil.
I use
you
a
know.
lot. I do coconut. I do
Oil swishing?
yeah, every morning.
Oil pulling.
Oil pull
pulling.
every
Oh, it's
morning
the
with,
best.
with virgin organic.
Yeah.
You know, I stopped for a while and I just started again. What a difference!
Yeah.
Huge difference.
And I've been doing it morning and night.
Because oil pulling, for people
amazing.
who don't know, oil pulling is taking like about a spoon of coconut
Coconut oil.
and you just swoosh it around your mouth. You don't gargle it; it doesn't go into your throat, and you do that for about 5 to 20 minutes, as much as you can.
I got it. Yeah,
And-
I'm up to 20 now.
and
Wow.
it pulls out toxins from your teeth, your gums, your tongue, your sinuses. If you have sinuses problem, oil pull.
Yeah.
Your stomach, your legs, your foot.
Everything.
It pulls it.
It
Your
pulls
skin.
everything.
From your neighbor's foot, like it just pulls everything.
As long as you're not exaggerating.
It's funny.
ever.
I did it this morning. I mean, I've been doing. I'm back to doing it on a regular basis again. I'm like, why did I stop?
There's so many simple ways to feel
it's
good.
all so simple. You know,
it is simple.
You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars for cosmetics. Like, we literally in our shower have, I would say, coconut oil and apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, and you can eat all of that.
Yeah.
All right. We have to close out the show. That's our music. It's 90 minutes is already gone. Didn't it go fast, guys?
I told you we can talk.
Yeah, but it was great talk. It was great talk. All right, give out your website in your great voice and how people can get in touch with you. Any information, your final thoughts, what you want to share, what you want everybody to take away from the show today.
Well, we'd like you to take away what you took away, you know, and if you want to be in contact with us, just send us an email at info@fullmoonrisingmusic.com, info@fullmoonrisingmusic.com. You can contact us personally,
button on the website,
or click the contact button on the website,
which is
www.fullmoonrisingmusic.com.
And download
Brave New World, the album. You can click on the face on the website, you'll see it there, and we're just happy to share it today, and hope that, you know, we brought any type of value into your life. And, you know, our vision of a Brave New World is each and every person truly empowered and walking authentically as their expression in this world.
As
exactly
your expression, not somebody else, and not what somebody tells you it needs to be.
Exactly.
Who you are, the way that you are.
Exactly.
Okay, can't say anything better. So, everybody, go out, look at the full moon tonight, and just stop it.
And thank you guys so much for having us on the show. It's been an absolute
it.
pleasure to be with you guys.
It was amazing.
We've had so much fun.
Okay, so this part of the show's ending. I got to give my little spiel.
Please.
Don't move, everybody. We're not done yet. Keep your headphones on. Next week, actually, this is going to be a really fun show. I haven't met this new trainer, but he says he does exercise in 60 seconds. So that should be very interesting. So he's also done a lot of celebrities and stuff. So I'm, being into the fitness world, I'm kind of excited to see this. So it should be really fun. Another little tip for all of us. With all this good information, by the end of this month, we're going to just be all new people.
Brave New World.
Brave New World. All right, everybody, have a great week. I will be back next Wednesday at noon. Let's say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Better than beautiful. 'Cause you're the reason men fall in love. You're the best part of waking up. Better than Folgers in my cup. The only way to stop my day. People trying to live like queens and kings, thinking money changes everything. But you so different. The way you living is paving a new way. 'Cause there's no doubting, I'm all about it. No more searching, love, I found it. Ended up with my heart and soul. About time that you know. If you just believe and see like I see, you'll know that the world is yours to own. Just follow my lead beyond material things. It's time to let you know you're better than beautiful. is my chubby tubby wallet, but it's about to lose weight. I'm about to spend it on you. We be walking around the mall with 2 shakes. She like my style, my swag, and my similes. Let's just keep on kissing, never stop like infinity. I mean physically, you off the charts, boo. You little thief, you stole my heart, boo. Just follow my lead. It's time to let you know you're better than beautiful. You're better than beautiful. You're better than beautiful. You're better than beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in to LA Talk Live, reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.